God bless everyone. God bless ma'am. I am Jenny Sugulani Repompo from Bachelor of Science in Accountancy and I am a third year student. Now I will be discussing the chapter 2, which is the natural law, St. Thomas Aquinas. Albert Camus opened his 1942 seminal book, The Myth of Sisyphus, by posing the question, why will I not kill myself today? Jimenez David saw two Philippine People Power revolutions on 22 to 25 month of February, year of 1986 and 17 to 20 month of January 2001. And some years after got so frustrated in the country that she simply wanted to ask every Filipino to live elsewhere. St. Thomas Aquinas, born on 1225, title Aquinas identifies his place of origin. He was born to an affluent and influential family. His father was recognized as the Count of Aquino. His early studies were under the tutelage of the Benedictine abbot of Monte Cassino, but at the age of 14, he enrolled at the University of Naples. He was deeply impressed by the Dominicans, whom he later met at this university, that Thomas decided to join the Order of Preachers at the age of 19 in 1244, instead of Benedictines who were his first teachers. Thomas died on March 1274, leaving behind him notable works like Summa Contra Gentiles, Summa Theologiae, and De Verite. The Catholic Church honors him as a doctor, a title given to saints who are recognized as giver of particularly important insights in the understanding of Christians' doctrine or faith. It is non del tout. Thomas Aquinas begins from the standpoint of faith, the existence of a God who is the author, which is the source, and the goal, which is the end of all reality. It relates in freedom with the human person and so enables him or her in freedom to recognize through reason the very principle of foundations of all things. The human being then is said to be gifted with the ability to know the highest good that engages him or her in freedom in choosing to act on the good that she or he ought to do. Freedom here is knowing the best goal and being able to reach it through decisive action. For Aquinas, God reveals his goodwill as the eternal law reflected in order of reality. The reality of the human person who is able through his or her intellect to decide in freedom and through his or her will. Human freedom for St. Thomas, therefore, is an imprint of the divine will in the very being of the human person. Conscience and natural law. The ability of man to know is important in his or her acting ethically. The conscience absolutely binds us in doing the good and avoiding evil. Conscience as reason is also absolutely tasked to be given formation. Therefore, conscience can be mistaken and being so does not exempt the human person from capability. There are different kinds of conscience that may lead us wrongdoings. There are four, which is callous, perplexed, scrupulous, and ignorant. The uninformed conscience is lack of education. The perplexed is needs guidance in sorting out one's confusion. Callous and scrupulous is binary opposites, but both are malformed in being too lax or too strict. The callousness is the result in the long-term persistence in doing evil that self is no longer concerned. The scrupulousness is fails trust one's ability to do good. The relational and perfection of love in Aquinas. Domestic natural law is not Christian, simply because it is an ethics reconcilable or compatible with faith. The autonomy of ethics from faith afforded a level of disciplined reflection that enables man to not only copy the perfection of God or perfection that is God and apply it to himself or herself and his or her surroundings. The divine will and also the entirety of all creation cannot be limited by the scope of satisfaction that is exclusively chosen by man. The relational that is inherent in the natural order finds value. The human person is not only bound to find full maximum capacity of one's being in search for self-actualization. On the other hand, Thomas Aquinas was influential in his articulation of the theory of law or the theory of natural law. The universe was determined by an order of love, whether one believes in a transcendent, loving God or not. He showed how people could intuit an order to things that was inherent to all beings that existed.
Looks like we made it.